Hello again folks. Well, today I'm going to be working on the AJS Regal Raptor petrol tank for my budget custom culture build. And I don't really like these flame decals on it, so we'll be getting rid of those and putting some other form of art on it eventually. But today I think it'll be enough just to get it into the base coat probably. The tank seems in relatively good condition. I'm going to have to do the underneath as well. Not going to be able to get away with leaving that. And there's a little tiny bit of grit in it, but I don't think anything desperate. But I'm going to have a little bit of a check inside as well. Now it's got two filler caps on it. This one is just a dummy. It's just like a little solid pocket in there. This one is the one you actually use, which leads into the tank. So I'll take those off. Now I've still got the remains of the petcock on here. You remember that broke when we were dismantling the bike. And I've got the little fuel feed hose there. There's also that little vent there. That's not got the hose on it yet. So I'll take those off just so we've got an absolutely bare tank. Well, look at the state of the in-tank filter. There's hardly any filter left, so yeah, that definitely needs replacing anyway. Now the inside of this tank does seem pretty clean when I look in from the outside, but to check it thoroughly I'm going to use my Depstec endoscope. So I want to have a good look inside, and don't forget we do have a discount code for this in the description of this video and all our other videos. So I'll see a little bit of rust on the seams inside, but nothing terrible. I think this will be all right to go with as is. I think we need to line it or anything. Yeah. See if I can get over to the other side. There is a little bit of rust just below the filler neck. At least I think that's rust. Yeah, that is, isn't it? But yeah, again, I think for the purpose of this exercise, I don't think that's too bad. Now don't get me wrong, if we were doing a sort of Rolls-Royce job on this and it wasn't a budget build, I might be tempted to do something about the inside of that tank, but it's marginal, I think, at best. So the next job is to try and get these flames off. Now originally I thought these were embossed when I just looked at it quickly, but these are in fact quite thick stickers. So I'm going to start by just trying to edge them off with a little bit of heat from the heat gun and a trim tool. Now always remember when you're working with heat around petrol tanks to be very careful, because they have of course had petrol in them and you never know if they might just oh, excuse me for a minute folks while I go and clean up. Oh, sorry about that. Right, let's have another go. So the heat is working quite well for the top layer of the sticker. It's bubbling up nicely and scraping off quite easily, but it is leaving that sticky residue behind. I've got a plan for that later, but for now I'm going to crack on and get the rest of these stickers off, or at least the top layer of them. Well, that's one side done with the heat gun, at least getting that top layer off. Some of the paint, top layer of the base coat has come off as well, but only in a few places. There's a few little bits where the paint has lifted. Anyway, I'm going to go and have something to eat, then I'll come back and do the other side. Well, that's all the top layer off, but obviously there is a lot of this horrible sticky stuff still to come off. And I've bought myself what is called a toffee wheel. Now, I've never used one before, but they tell me it's good for this sort of thing. So yeah, let's give it a go, see how we get on. Well, yeah, it's working, but it is dustier than I expected. So let's get a mask on. Well, there we go. That toffee wheel has got the majority of that stickiness off. You can still see that flame pattern, and that's because, of course, the sticker was applied over the base coat and then cleared over the top. So there's actually like a little ridge at the edge of the sticker. It actually goes inwards where that pattern is. So we will need to sand all that out, and I guess what we need to do when we spray this is use a guide coat just to pick up any trace of that that's left. So there are areas where the base coat has flaked off as well. So anyway, yeah, one side done. Got to do the other side now. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with the toffee wheel. That is a handy tool. So there we go. I think we've got most of the adhesive off there now. So we can start preparing it for paint. I think this base coat is good enough to go over the top of. I don't think we need to take it back to bare metal. It's come off in a few places where these little silver spots are that you can see. That's probably just as a result of me heating it up a little bit too much. I was hoping I could get away without painting the underneath, but I think I am going to have to because it is in a little bit of a rough state. I don't think it's had much of a coat of paint to begin with. So yeah, I'm going to start by rubbing this down with some 120 grit just in this channel here that you don't see, just to get a nice key and to get off some of this sort of corrosion and nonsense that's going on there. Right, that's rubbed down quite a bit with the 120 grit. There is still some corrosion there. I'll give that a coat with some cure rust before I paint it. These little rubber mounting bits I'm going to leave in. I've tried removing them. They're pretty difficult to remove. I think they'd be even harder to reinstall, so I'm going to leave them. We'll mask round them. The tank is already painted black. I'm painting it black again, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Right, now I'm afraid it's lots of wet sanding with 400 grit to give everything a good old scuff. Well, that was a good old rub down, wasn't it? Right, I'm going to get some blue roll and clean this up a little bit, and we'll see how she looks. Right, there's still areas here which are a bit too shiny for my liking, so I'm going to go over it again. Right, we're getting there on this tank, but it still needs a lot more preparation. You can see the pattern of those old flame stickers still pretty visible. It is less feelable, if that's a word, but I need to try and get it better than this. I could fill, of course, but I think it's going to be easier to try and rub a lot more of it out at this stage than to try and cover it with filler later. So I'm going to carry on. I don't think you need to see it, but I'll catch up with you once I've done a little bit more. Right, that's looking better and feeling better, although I can still feel the occasional bit of outline of those flame stickers. So I think what I'm going to do is prime it, and then maybe put a high build primer on top of the etch primer, and then put a base colour that I'm not going to use, just any old base colour on it as a sort of indicator coat, and then sand it back again, see where the low spots are. But for the moment, I'm going to just put some rust converter on the inside here where this rust is.